Welcome to the lap guide for round 1 of Aero League Racing Season 2 of our GT Sport season. Today we've got a lap guide around the Nurburgring Grand Prix circuit and it's a lap time of a 2:03.143 using the Mitsubishi Evo for the lap guide, which is a car that nobody's picked in the whole season. But yeah, coming onto the final corner to start your lap in qualifying, the main thing you'll want to be concentrating on is the exit. Of course, this exit is not as good as the previous lap, as you can see, so we're going to be a little bit behind going into turn 1. But as we go down the run down to turn 1, you want to maximise your straight line speed, go in a straight line, aim for the outside of the track on the left hand side. Going to pause it here. These are your two markers for braking points. You've got the left hand side where the grey the road turns into grass, and also where the pit lane straightens up in the middle, depending on your car and how much fuel and how worn your tyres are. For first corner, you want to be making sure you hit that apex. You can cut it, you won't get a penalty. If you do go wide, it's not too bad because you won't lose too much time. To return 2, you don't need to brake, just lift off and use the throttle to turn your car. Turn 3, on the right hand side, we've got these tyre marks. Brake between that and the end of the AstroTurf, depending on your car once again. And you want to make sure to stay very far left over here. Don't cut this, however, you will get a big penalty in the race. Turn 4, extend as much, just make sure to maximise your exit all the way down on the run down to turn 5, where you need to brake just here as the track peels off. Shift down into third and make sure to hit this apex on the left hand side because you want him to be staying right over to this left hand edge of the track for the next corner, where you brake at the end of the curb over here where the curb joins the track. Tough little corner here with a braking zone. The rear will kick out on several cars, especially the mid-engine cars, and you want to hit the apex a bit more than I did just there because you see that I'll lose a bit of time all the way down here. For this Dunlop curve here, you want to brake just as this timing board leaves the screen. Focus on your exit for this corner here. You can go a bit deep to maximize your run all the way up the hill because that's where you're going to be gaining time. You can see at points here I'm half a second up, and on the exit I lose quite a bit of that, so it shows you can go quicker on this lap. The Schumacher S's will be a flat in most vehicles. Cars like the Ferrari or the Veyron will be a slight lift on more worn tyres, but for most cars it will be flat all race. For this corner here, you want to brake just before the 100 meter board. Some cars you can brake out the 100, obviously it depends on how good your brakes are. You want to make sure to use all of that curb to help turn your car. This corner here, just sort of judge it as a slight dab of the brakes or just a lift depending on how good your entry is. And once the car all the way up this straight, make sure to maximize your gear changes and rev your car all the way out and just burn up that fuel just so you can get as much power as possible up the hill. For this corner here, the chicane, you want to brake just before the 100, maybe even at the 100 depending on how good your brakes are on your car. Trail brake into it to keep the stability and make sure you touch both the curbs. You can cut the final apex of the chicane, but you need to be touching the curb, otherwise you'll get a big penalty. For the final corner, I like to brake where this wall turns and goes towards the pits. It's a bit of a hard braking marker to use, but it's the only real one that I have for that corner. And yeah, maximize the exit and across the line for a 2:03.143. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy that lap guide for the Nurburgring Grand Prix. The race will be on Saturday at 8:30 p.m. UK time, 30 minutes later than our normal start time. We don't have a stream, unfortunately, for this season of GT Sport, but I'm sure you'll be able to watch the race on people's Twitch channel. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this lap. In the background, you'll be seeing a replay of the lap, so you can look at the brake and throttle inputs throughout the lap and see if you can beat this time.